All right. So, hello, secret code name Fortuna, and all of those who resonate. We are going to be getting right into the message. We're going to be looking at where you are pre-eclipse, right before the eclipse, and where you are post-eclipse, all right, or after. So whatever it is that's going on, we're going to figure out why the shift from before and after with the Kali Oracle. That's going to be the guidance to give you insight into why the before and after is what it is, especially so that you do not repeat it, right? So Spirit, please. Where is secret code name Fortuna pre-eclipse? Where are they pre-eclipse? We've got the Lovers in reverse. What else? The Seven of Wands. The Page of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups. The Ten of Cups. The Five of Coin. And the Ten of Swords. We've got the Three of Cups on the bottom. And the Ten of Coin on top. All right. So where you are pre-eclipse. With the Ten of Coins on top, I feel like your mind was really tired, just mentally tired, and really taking time to nurture your inner child back to a place of not ignorance in the fact that, you know, like ignorance is bliss. I think that you've been through a lot, which is why the mind is tired. But it's almost about getting the mind back to a more innocent or untainted place. So I think you've really leaned into work and people who are close to you, like family, and have really taken some time to just enjoy what might be sisterhood with this Three of Cups. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It's like this harvest of like-minded or like feeling heart spaces where you feel connected to other people. You're not really focused on love so much. And it might be because of this Lover's card in the reverse. You might have had to let go of someone who you tried to save, right? That your mind tried to save someone from their own traumas, their own troubles, their own dark past, wanting to show them that not all love is painful, right? That you wanted to be that person that broke the mold for them, right? That ended that sad narrative. I think you dropped that, but it kind of left you in this energy of praying because you ended up in the same position that they were in, where you really needed someone to kind of save you and break the mold, right? I think you spent a lot of time focusing on yourself and being with like-hearted people because you had to let go, and you need someone to save you now. You know, if it comes to love, it's like you're the one that actually needs the saving. And where you find yourself prior to this eclipse, I think that there's a hesitancy to plant seeds anywhere. I think you've tried quite a few cups. And every time you try a few cups, the family goes through a storm, right? Anytime you pick up a cup and drink from a cup, the family goes through the storm. The happy family deals with stormy conditions. And it leaves you feeling quite alone, right? Home is where the heart is, but you don't know where your home is, right? You don't know where your heart is meant to be. I think you constantly feel like people are waiting to stab you in the back and betray you. Right, with this 10 of Swords in the Before Tarot, there's a bunch of people sitting in the bushes with their swords waiting to stab you in the back. And so I feel like, you know, you were a very loyal companion to someone who you can't have in your life because they might create the storm. And you don't know how to move forward without getting ganged up on or betrayed. I think you're praying. I think you've been praying for mercy because you really are the heart space that needs to be rescued. I think every time you try and do that for someone else, it ends up hurting. I think you've tried it a few times already. And it never works out, right? So I think you've been mostly just focusing on your work, focusing on your home, focusing on your money, focusing on friends. Because when you focus on love and being the ideal partner for someone else who needs it, it just kind of reiterates the fact that you need an ideal partner. You don't need to save anybody. Like, you're the one that actually kind of needs the saving. I think you feel like people are ready to betray you at any moment and cause you problems. And it's because you're not meant to save anybody else right now. Like, you are definitely in a position where you are meant to be saved. You're the one that needs the rescuing. And so I think you've made the choice to start praying. Because you don't know how many more times you can try and have it blow back in your face, you know. So what does post-eclipse look like? What is this eclipse bringing in for secret code name Fortuna? We've got the Devil, the Hierophant, the Three of Coin, Ace of Swords. The Five of Wands. The Knight of Swords. And the Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands. Top of the deck is the Emperor. Okay. Okay. So, post-eclipse. With the Emperor on top, I feel like you are in your high masculine energy, which is divine order. Okay? Divine order. Choosing in alignment with divine will. Putting your own free will aside and aligning it with the divine. Which is good. But it also means you're about to fight off a lot of bullshit. Okay, the Seven of Wands isn't just defending yourself on top of the hill to the Six Wands underneath. It's jumping down into the battle and taking on all of the people that would stand against your highest good. So you're, post-eclipse, essentially going to war for yourself in a situation where you feel outnumbered. Right? All of these different people that you feel would stab you in the back. It's like going to war for yourself. The Devil card here, though. The Devil card is about being so captured by chemistry that you don't even realize all of the demons are around you. Right? So caught up in the lust that you don't even realize that you're chained to the devil. Right? Because the couple here is having sex. Right there, chained, just in the bliss of the chemistry, not even realizing it's a trauma bond, not even realizing it's a shadow connection. When we feel that chemical pull towards someone, it's because there's trauma there. And the pull, the magnetism is so strong that we overlook the fact that there's red flags. We overlook or make excuses for toxicity and accept maltreatment. I think with the Hierophant following, I think that you have learned, been there, done that. Like there's this belief system with the Hierophant. It's a divine reminder, right? Because if you're in your high masculine energy and you're fighting off all of these shadow people that are in lower energy, I think that you're dealing with your demons, especially people who you had this magnetism with, right? This chemistry with, realizing it was never love, it was lust, and lust is driven by shadow. It ignores your better judgment, right? That chemistry, that magnetism, we deny our better judgment. I think you're looking at who you were and all of the weight that you carried for other people when you were in your savior mode. and are realizing that for as high as you can fly, that you are blinding yourself, that you are putting yourself on a leash and wearing blinders. I mean, literally, if you look at the hawk here, he's chained to the divine's hand and wearing blinders. Can't see where you're flying. You can't fly anywhere. I think you're done fighting. The 5 of Wands. I think you're done fighting. I think you're done with being blind. I think you're done with being on this quote unquote leash. I think you're ready to fucking slay. Like, get the hell out of my way. Like, if you're going to stand in my way, that sounds like a you problem. I think you're charging ahead big time. And I think you're taking the blinders off and letting yourself fly. I think you're letting yourself fly. I think you're realizing how blind you've been to this energy in the past. And every time you go after some kind of attraction, right, some physical attraction, that it ends up painful, right? It ends up creating storms because you don't need physical attraction and a trauma bond. What you need is to be fucking saved. And the only way that you can be saved is by setting yourself free and having these people who wear their armor, right? They have this armor on to protect themselves. I think the only way that you're getting out of this is by telling those armored people to get the fuck out your way. You're tired of carrying the weight of other people. You're tired of feeling chained. You're tired of feeling blind. You're tired of fighting. Like, get the hell out of my life. I think post-eclipse, you're in high energy and you're going to war against all the lower energies. I think you're going to start cutting people off. If not literally in real life, then psychically, right? In your own mind and in your soul, like you're letting it go mentally, emotionally. Because you're realizing, I think you're realizing that you've been denying yourself the saving that you need. You don't want to save anybody. If they need saving, they're your problem. They're a project. You know what I mean? Nobody needs a fucking project. What's your guidance? What's the why? The why you're going through all of this? What is the lesson of it all? So that you don't repeat the past. What is the why? What's the guidance? 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗶. Card number 27. Let's read for you. Card number 27. 𝗧𝗵𝗵𝗶. Divine child with wisdom beyond her years. The old soul with deep knowing dwells within our hearts. She urges you to commit to your most passionate inspirations completely and without hesitation. There are genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. You have a greater capacity to attain fruition than those around you recognize. Believe in yourself, even if no one else does. It is not imagination that drives you toward your destiny, but an instinctive recognition of your true purpose. Validation from others will come later. Your path is authentic, and you are destined to succeed. This aspect of Lalita Tripura Sundari, Sri Bala, translates as divine child, or more specifically as God the daughter. It is far more commonplace for the divine child to be represented as male, and in numerous cultures, having a boy is considered particularly auspicious. So Sri Bala is not only a celebration of the divine feminine child, but an inversion of dominant cultural values. Her presence shakes up traditional power structures with her combination of innocence and fearlessness. It is my sense that there are emanations of Sri Bala in the form of particularly pure-hearted, fearless, and empowered young women speaking and acting for the protection of the feminine in our world today, such as through environmental activism. It is taught that Bala asks her goddess mother, Lalita, to allow her to join the battle against evil. She is so passionate to fulfill her inner yearning that her body cannot keep still. Lalita expresses her concern that Bala is still a child, inexperienced, therefore potentially vulnerable. She frets at the thought of losing her daughter, especially when others could take her place on the battlefield. However, Bala petitions her mother again, asking to be allowed to express who she is. Lalita recognizes her daughter's determination and provides her with armor and her blessing, at which point Bala kicks demons' butts and saves the day. She conquers 30 demons in an extremely difficult yet perfectly executed martial arts demonstration. Now that's some serious girl power. Sri Bala arises when we need to trust in what we feel is right on an inner level, not allowing a lack of external validation to deter us from our innate and authentic power. Muscle does not have to meet muscle. The strength of intention combined with pure and fearless commitment to our true nature is enough to change the course of what is happening. The mountain can be moved by faith the size of a mustard seed. The story of feisty Bala can inspire us. At first, we may gain no support for our efforts. We must continue to apply ourselves and not give up on who we are and what we came to this planet to accomplish. And in doing so, the power needed shall be divinely given. Public validation can come later, but we do not need it to accomplish what is required. The Tantras teach that Bala saw the battle unfolding and what was necessary to attain success with complete clarity. Adults tend to underestimate a child's capacity to see what is going on, yet the child is the unconditioned part of us, the part that sees things as they are. In a reading, the presence of Sri Bala, it implies that our instinctive desires to pursue a particular path of fulfillment and expression are authentic. The authentic path is the safest and most protected path we could take. It is the one on which we are closest to the divine, to our true nature with all its wisdom, intuition, and creative resourcefulness. We can more readily attract what we need and things fall into place more effortlessly. It seems to be the opposite of playing it safe. Yet, the more we diverge from our authentic being, the more disconnected we are from our divine connection and the more danger we encounter. Bala is said to be Lalita's breath. What does that mean? Breath keeps energy flowing through the body. When Bala declares that she wants to fight, it is the stirring of an honest and natural impulse within. To breathe is instinctive. The childlike wildness, unaffected, untamed of Bala is the unconditioned self that knows how to move toward its natural fulfillment. Our minds may step in and say no, or give reasons why it is not appropriate, like the unconventional notion of a little girl as a powerful, conquering war hero. Yet the innate wisdom of the soul needs to be allowed to manifest. She is not fighting for the sake of it. She is fighting against the evil she sees. To allow for Sri Bala to arise within is to allow for the protective spirit that sees truthfully and acts with purity and fearless commitment to the path, even if our mother worries about our life choices at first. The Divine Mother empowers her, and so too empowers us to manifest our destinies with her help. Trust in your destiny. You are more than capable of the tasks for which your heart yearns for. And you know what? That being the why, you may have literally walked into battle to slay the demons of others, to break the mold, right, of their pattern, to show them there is something different. And to be fair, I think you succeeded. I think you succeeded. The question is now, can you break your own mold and slay your own demons that consistently want you to fight outside of yourself and others, when you are, in fact, the one that does need saving? Can you slay your own demons and stop martyring yourself, right? The shadows that tell you to martyr. The shadows that tell you you are so strong you can hold up other people. But just because you can hold them up doesn't mean you have to. Just because you can doesn't mean you have to. Your shadows would tell you to keep fighting, to keep giving in to physical attraction, chemistry, magnetism, which ultimately constantly results inside the loss. And it results in storms. At some point, the demons you're going to have to fight are within yourself, or you're going to keep battling them in the outer and they're not going to stop. You'll constantly be faced with someone else that you're drawn to. Don't know why. There's just a crazy connection. And you'll want to save them because that's familiar. Slaying your own demon means not giving into that energy, because you've been there and you've done that and you know how it turns out. You've got to allow yourself to slay the demons within that tell you that your strength is your weakness. It's not a weakness to be able to carry others. It's not a weakness. Unless you are not also being met with the same energy in return. You have to allow yourself to be carried too. And hopefully you put yourself in much lighter energy so that you are not heavy to carry. And vice versa. God knows, just because a person can lift 100 pounds doesn't mean they want to do it all day, every day. It wears the body out. I'm sure they'd be much more content throwing around 5 or 10 pounds than 100. Just because they can. Just because they can doesn't mean they want to do it all the time. It's a testament to your strength that you can carry what you can carry the soul weight of other people. But you don't want to do it anymore. So all of these people in your life that are asking you to carry their heaviness, I think you're reaching that point where you're ready to just drop all the weight and fly. To be light like a child instead of heavy like an adult. To go back to untaintedness, right? The innocence of who you are and the love you're capable of. Before life's bullshit and other people's wounds brought you down, you know? Fucking slay. Fucking slay. Set yourself free. Get the fuck out my way. Right? Take the blinders off. See it for what it is, right? See the devil for what it is. Take the blinders off. Let yourself fly and tell the devil to get the fuck out your way. People come with their armor on. They're, you know, protecting themselves because they've been through this and that and they're in protect mode. Well, they've got fucking healing to do and it's not your job to get the armor off. They're heavy with that armor on. They're fucking heavy. If they don't want to take it off and they want to be heavy, that sounds like a them problem. And you're not going to waste another minute on heavy fucking souls. You're not saving anybody. You're saving your dang self. And that's the message. So good for you. And until we next meet, my love and support is with you always. Take care.